guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another pregnancy update for you all. I am so excited that I have another update. It just means that the pregnancy is going healthy and everything is going great. So I cannot be any more thankful than being able to sit down and make these updates for you guys, knowing that my pregnancy is still progressing. So I'm just gonna put that out there that I am gonna be talking about some very just scary stuff that happened this week to us. It was a week that I thought our pregnancy was over. I didn't think that we had a baby and I was devastated. So I'm just putting that out for a clear warning that the ending is going to be a little heavy, heavier than, I planned on making, but just know that all is well and we got through whatever I'm about to tell you. So at the beginning of 5 weeks, I still was feeling like I was in 0 to 4. I still had the sore boobs. They were getting progressively worse almost every single day. I noticed them hurting more at night when I would lay down and then I'd have to get up to go pee or get a drink or another popsicle or something, but they definitely were very sore after laying down for a while. I don't know why, maybe the blood flow, I'm not sure, I'm not a doctor, but it hurt more. The beginning of 5 weeks was really just as it was in week 4. Things started to take a turn though on 5 weeks and 4 days. I went from feeling really good and just, embracing the fact that I was pregnant to boom, you're sick. And let me tell you guys, being sick and having morning sickness all day was something that I've never experienced before. With Brielle, I wasn't sick, but I was just very hungry, and all I would do to cure that is just eat granola bars periodically through the day, and it helped. But with my first miscarriage, I wasn't sick, but I carried that baby for 7 weeks, and I didn't get any nausea in the weeks before I lost her. And then my last miscarriage, I wasn't sick, and I carried that baby for 9 weeks, so I had time to get sick and I didn't. So I don't know. They say every pregnancy is different, but I am taking it as a sign of maybe a different gender. I mean, I don't know. I don't care what I have. At the end of the day, I just want a healthy baby, but I have carried 3 girls and I've never been sick, and now I'm sick. So I don't know, maybe we're having a boy. I don't know, it doesn't matter. I'm just putting it out there. So like I said, the morning sickness was all day. Nothing cured it, or I didn't try anything. But I definitely was starving, starving, so hungry that my stomach was just burning. And I was so nauseous that I could not even I couldn't even eat. I was starving, but nothing sounded good. Everything that I want to eat or had in the fridge made me want to barf. I mean, it was rough. And it was really bad. It hit me fast. I really didn't think I was gonna get sick, and then I did. Being tired was definitely another thing that hit me really hard. I'm always tired. I'm just always tired. I think that's just mom life, but this was really, really bad. I was exhausted, and I still am. I mean, it's crazy how pregnancy tired is an exhausting, it just takes you away, basically. I have been napping every day almost for at least an hour when my other children nap at the daycare. It gives me a little time to recharge and just kind of wake myself back up a little bit. But then again, by 8 o'clock, I am on the couch yawning my life away, and I can't even keep my eyes open. And I am a girl that used to stay up till almost midnight every night with my husband. We would go to bed at night and stay up and watch Grey's Anatomy or whatever was on Netflix, and now we just don't. I just go to bed with Brielle and he stays up. So I definitely do feel bad, but hey, I'm growing our baby. In 6 weeks, I also started getting some breakouts around my chin and areas that I usually don't get acne unless I was on fertility treatments or something, but I definitely think the hormones are making me break out. I haven't actually had a breakout since then. So I'm hoping that the acne stays away and it's just, you know, the sickness maybe, but I haven't had a breakout since, so I'm thinking that was just maybe a one-time thing. I'm hoping. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in my last few videos when I was pregnant and you guys didn't know, I was super out of breath. I remember trying to like edit the video and I'm like, they're gonna know that I'm pregnant because I'm so out of breath. And like, I feel like I say a couple sentences and then I'm like, I need to like stop and like breathe and give myself time to like get air again. But shortness of breath has already started hitting me, and I know that my uterus isn't that big yet and the baby's still very small, but it does like affect you early on. I mean, I can vouch for that. So now that we've talked about the basic symptoms of what I've been feeling during these weeks, I'm gonna get into the story that I was telling you guys about in the beginning. So week 6, it was like 6 weeks and 3 days. I went, it was like, I don't know, like 2 in the morning. And I always get up to go pee now. It's like this, I go like pee like 3 times a night now. And I had gotten up at like 2 in the morning and I went pee, and I think it's just like a habit of mine and I'm trying to really work on it, but ever since I've had miscarriages, I always like look after I wipe. So like I'll wipe and then I'll look at the toilet paper. I think it's just like, I don't do it on purpose. It's just something like it happens. Like it's natural for me to do. And I was like super groggy and I like wiped and I looked and I like looked down and I like couldn't believe it. I was bleeding. It wasn't like a bright red blood, but it was brown and it was enough to freak me the hell out. So you can imagine, I'm on the freaking toilet, I'm naked, my hair is a mess, and I run over to Tyler as he's sleeping and I woke him up and I was like, look at this, I'm bleeding. And at that moment I felt like the life kind of was like sucked out of me. Like I literally felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was going to fall on the ground. I just felt like I don't know, it's so hard to explain, but if you've had like a panic attack before, you know what I'm talking about. I just felt lifeless, and I like walked back to the bathroom with him to show him more and in a better lighting. And I was about to hit the floor and Tyler caught me. Thankfully he was there and he caught me, but it was just like at that moment I thought that I was losing my baby and I was freaked the hell out. But with the light on, the blood didn't seem as alarming as I thought it was at the beginning. I think it just freaked me out that I saw blood. So definitely that reassured me and I was okay. And I kept wiping and it stopped. So it wasn't like a consistent flow. It didn't look like a period. It was definitely old blood. And I think it looked like more because of my progesterone supplements that I take. You guys know that I take supplements vaginally, so that is all mixed in there too. So I felt a little bit better and I just decided I would go to bed because I wasn't cramping. I didn't feel like I was losing the baby. I just had some brown blood. So I went to bed and I got up the next morning and I went pee again and there was no blood. I think there was just like leftover pieces in the progesterone, but it wasn't like I saw the night before. So I still called my doctor, and this was a Saturday morning. So my doctor wasn't in, so it was just the on-call doctor, and they called me back within like 5 minutes and she said, where I'm not cramping and the blood is not red, it's definitely not a worry, but she did want me to come in and do blood work so that way we can do it again in 48 hours and just make sure that the levels are still rising and I'm not losing the baby. In my chart, obviously she saw that I've had reoccurrent miscarriages, and I did say on the phone like I was just freaking out. I don't want to lose another baby. So I ended up that morning going down with Brielle and I did some blood work, and within like 2 hours later she called me back and said that my levels were 46,000. I think it was like 46,792. I'm think, but she didn't say that on the phone. It was just like in my chart. But yeah, they were 46,000, and she said that was a really good number for being only 6 weeks along. So she said that there probably is going to be a baby that we can see with a heartbeat at this rate because of the levels being so high, so that if I wanted to, I could come into labor and delivery and have a just quick ultrasound in like the back room, just to reassure me and see the baby. So of course I'm like, yeah, like I want to go in and see the baby and just like reassure myself that the baby's there and there's a heartbeat and just feel better. And I haven't had bleeding like all day prior. Like I had stopped bleeding, so there was no more bleeding. So I called my husband because he had to work that Saturday, and he met me there at 3:30, and we were upstairs in the labor delivery, and we had an ultrasound with the on-call doctor. Now remember, she's not a tech, so she's only just a midwife, and she's just trying to help us out. So she doesn't really know what she's doing. We go into the room, we lay down, and she gets the ultrasound thingy and like puts the gel on it, and she's like going around my belly looking, and I'm like looking on the screen, and it's been like 3 minutes now, and she's still searching for the baby. And I'm like looking at Tyler like, what the fuck? Like, is this really happening? Excuse my language, but like, really? Like, please don't tell me we're losing another baby. So I'm like sitting there just like, I'm just squeezing my fingers together like, please let her see something. Like, I can't do this again. I can't. I don't know how emotionally I could handle it. And so she finds the sack and it's empty. She couldn't find a baby in my sack. And then she did like the blood flow, like you can see like the red and the blue, like the hues on the ultrasound machine. And she goes, yep, that's what I thought. And I'm like thinking like, what did you think? So she takes the thing off my belly and she goes, I think that you have a chemical pregnancy. I see the sac, but there's no baby and there's no blood flow going to the sac. So that tells me that it's a chemical pregnancy and your body just thinks you're pregnant, but it's really not. And I'm thinking like, how the fuck does my body think that I am having a pregnancy that's not really even there? My levels are way higher than they normal average should be at 6 weeks. I am sick as shit, and my boobs just feel like out of this world. Like, how do I feel so pregnant? I mean, I've been pregnant 3 times and I've never felt this pregnant before. And this isn't even a pregnancy? Like, there's no baby? Like, how? So I'm like trying to wrap my brain around it, and I'm like crying hysterically because I'm so sick. Like, how is there no baby? I'm just like bawling. Like there's no words. Tyler's just like holding me and telling me to breathe, like it's okay. And he's tearing up, like he's trying to be strong for me, but like he's crying too. And like we just like couldn't believe that this was happening to us again. And it just brought back so many feelings and memories of our last loss. So it was really tough. But she said that if we wanted to do a internal ultrasound, that she would try it, but she's not very good at it. And then if we still don't see anything, she would send us down to the ER and have a tech be called in because it is the weekend. So I'm like, okay, like whatever we have to do, I'm not gonna wait a whole week until my actual ultrasound date, because I have my ultrasound date at 7 weeks pregnant. So I had to wait another week, and I wasn't gonna just go home and think that maybe there's a baby, maybe there's not. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's just terrible. So I'm like, please, like, do the vaginal ultrasound. I don't care if you're not good at it, but let's just see. And my husband remembered that my uterus is tilted backwards. It's retroverted, I think, or something, I don't know, but my uterus is tilted backwards. So usually when I'm pregnant, the baby's more in my back than anything. And he remembered that. Thank God he remembered that, because that was a game changer to her even. She was like, oh my God, like that changes things. That's probably why I didn't see the baby, because it's probably far back into your back. So let me just do the vaginal and we'll figure it out. We both look at the screen, and I'm like looking at my husband and I'm looking at the screen, and then she's moving it around, and all of a sudden I see the sac and something in it. And then I looked at my husband, like he was like staring at the doctor like, did you see that? Like, hello? And then she moves it back and there it was. There was our little tiny baby and a heartbeat. I mean, I was speechless. I stopped crying for a minute to like look and like not try to move my stomach, because every time like I would cry or laugh because of happiness, like it just like moved the whole screen. So I tried to stay like as still as I could and like try not to breathe, and I'm like trying to like look and not mess up like her view, and I saw my baby and its little heart beating, and I'm just so over the moon that from within 5 minutes we have no baby to a beautiful tiny baby with a heartbeat. And it was just a really hard moment. I mean, like talking about it is even hard because we literally thought that we had no baby, and now we do. So I got to see the baby a little bit earlier than the ultrasound, and no, I don't have twins, and that's okay. I mean, I would have loved to have twins, but I am just so happy that I have a baby that's healthy, that has a heartbeat, and I couldn't ask for anything more than that. And I am like very thankful for this doctor. I know that you guys are gonna be like, she's crazy, like why is she even allowed to practice medicine? And you guys, she is just a midwife. She's not an ultrasound tech. That's not like her job every day. She was just trying to help us out. And I'm very thankful for my husband, because I would have not even remembered that my uterus is tilted, and maybe we would have never done a vaginal ultrasound. I don't know, but I'm thankful for him saying that and speaking up. And I'm just also thankful that we got to see the baby, and you know, we asked for her to do the vaginal, because if I would have said no, we would have just went home thinking that we didn't have a baby, and you know, that probably would have stressed me out so bad that I probably would have lost the baby that I did have. So I am thankful that, you know, we saw the baby and all is well. Everything is well. I mean, I feel like crap, which is a really good sign. The baby has a heartbeat, and the baby's so cute and little, and so cute. I will put a picture here of what we did see. You can see that the baby does kind of look a little bit bigger, but that's just the yolk sac that you'll see at the top, and then like the little thing under it is the baby. It's so cute, and the little heart rate is just, it was fluttering, and I am like so over the moon. Oh, just knowing that there's a little tiny baby with a beating heart inside of me is just so rewarding and awesome. I am so tired of bad news, and I am just happy that we have a baby with a beating heart, a beautiful little rainbow baby. I will see you guys in my next pregnancy update, which will be 7 and 8 weeks. I cannot wait. Bye guys.